Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Randy from Tech Rescue coming at you live today with my mostly weekly cybersecurity update. And today I got to talk about something you've maybe heard of, but if you haven't yet, you will by this weekend for sure. In the last several days, we've heard from a company called Colonial Pipeline, which has been hacked. And so I want to get into that. And then I want to talk about just a little bit about why it matters to your business. But before I get started, if you haven't already, if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to our channel. I would really appreciate that. That way you'll get notifications. Also, be sure to leave a like, whatever platform you're watching on. And I will supposedly be able to see if you leave a comment, I'll be able to see it as live chat. So if you have a question before this is over, go ahead and put it in the comment section. Hopefully I'll see it and hopefully I'll be able to answer it. So about the Colonial Pipeline hack. Y'all, this is a very large pipeline company that basically provides about 45% of the refined gas to the East Coast. Of course, it comes out of the Gulf Coast, Texas, maybe Louisiana, and it basically from like Florida, I think, all the way up to like New York. 45% of the gas. I saw a picture this morning from Myrtle Beach where there were lines for people trying to buy gas. It's going to be crazy till they get this thing resolved because the company itself was hacked, and then as a precaution, they went ahead and shut down 5,500 miles of pipeline, and it just shows how vulnerable our country is to cyber attacks, specifically the energy sector, and this is a really, really big deal. Hopefully, they will get it resolved. I've seen that the FBI is involved. Department of Homeland Security, a lot of federal agencies, and all that jazz are basically involved. The attack, it looks like, is a basic ransomware attack. Most likely sent an email to the company, and probably some well-meaning employee who thought they were gonna, check on a box that was supposed to get shipped or pay an invoice. They clicked on that invoice on that email, and then boom, next thing you know, there's ransomware. Sounds like, we don't know all the details yet. Sounds like it probably moved laterally and affected more than just one machine, which is why they had to shut the whole thing down, which is what you have to do when you're hit with the ransomware. So I just want to talk about a little bit about why does this matter to your business? You might be probably, most likely, you are somewhere in Texas, although, we have customers in other areas who might be tuning into this. Maybe some other people have shared it on their timeline, but most likely you're probably in Texas and you're thinking, why should I have to worry about this? Because I just have a small business. I've got 5 employees. If they shut me down, it's not going to shut down, all 45% of the gas on the East Coast. Well, the bottom line is your business is vulnerable to attacks, even if it's just small, because cybersecurity, like I've mentioned several times before, cybercrime actually is a high growth industry, like a high growth job industry right now. You have cybercrime as a service. I don't know if that's exactly what they call it. That would be crass. Anyway, that sounds, well, let's see, cybercrime as service, that'd be CAS. Okay, CCAAS, but you have cybercrime as a service, which is sold on the dark web, and even little 2-bit criminals can spend like $500, buy themselves a cybercrime as a service. They can basically subscribe to that, and they can go to town. So basically, any business is a target. It doesn't matter how small that the business is. And also, regardless of the size of your business, you have information that's valuable, both information that's valuable to you, which they can ransom, and also information which is valuable to criminals out on the dark web. And so when they make basically a ransom for your data, they also threaten to go ahead and release that data out on the dark web if you don't pay the ransom. So it's kind of a double whammy. So bottom line is, your business is vulnerable. Your business is being attacked. In fact, I'm really passionate about that. Me and about 20 other experts have gotten together. We are actually working on a book. That's the chapter that I chose. Basically, the topic is why your business is vulnerable to an attack, because I'm so passionate about businesses. And then also I know that it doesn't matter the size, that all businesses are susceptible. So why does it matter for other things? And here's where I really want to go with this. So it matters in that, cybercrime is on the rise big time. It's exponential. And, so like Tech Rescue, we're being proactive. We're being proactive with our existing customers and reaching out to new customers. Cybercrime is on the rise. This is another example of it. That's one reason why this attack matters to you. But there's a few other things that are like way on the horizon and just now coming on the horizon that you really have to know. And these might be even more important, because the fact that your business is being targeted might not move you to action. Okay. You might just say, well, I'm just going to take my chances. So that might not move you to action. And, I hate to be like all doom and gloom. And it's not really a matter of doom and gloom. It's a matter of like, if you saw a building was on fire, and you knew people were in there, you'd want to let them know. Even if it was a big building at the fire and the fire was at the other end, you would still want them to know. And so, it's really a matter of getting the truth out there, bottom line. So, but all of that might not move you to action, knowing that, you're a potential victim. It's a matter of when, not if. Might not move you to action, but maybe the things that are coming on the horizon will, because the game is about to change, and it's changing in a little bit in some states, changing in some areas of the world, but it is about to change big. I read in this particular article, there was an official statement from the president's office, and they said to expect executive action to be taken against cybercrime sometime very, very soon. That's one of the reasons that it really, really matters, is because you really have three sections of the world that are going to come into your sphere that are going to change the game. One of them is executive action and laws that will get passed. Executive action's one, and then laws that will get passed that will basically catch up with this. The executive action they're going to start putting into place with either executive action or laws, they're going to start putting into place basically things that you need to do to keep your business safe. Because this particular attack they think right now that this particular attack was criminals, but we also are seeing a huge uptick in nation state attacks. Iran, China, North Korea, all the usual suspects, a lot coming out of Eastern Europe, but these nation state attacks, we're seeing an uptick in that. And this is going from, it doesn't really matter to me, to where it really kind of becomes a matter of national security, that we all get on board. And we're going to see very, very soon, we're going to see executive orders, and we're going to see laws that are going to be, that will start to basically put principles and actions into place that we'll need to follow. Now, they've already been recommended by NIST. They've already been recommended by other government agencies, but there's some basic safe harbor practices that we really are going to have to start doing to make sure that that we are protected. And we're seeing law in some states and some other areas that are starting to come over the horizon that are starting to make those things happen. And then the other thing, even if the law doesn't catch up soon, like the law might take another year to catch up. Maybe it's going to be 2 years to catch up. Executive orders obviously are going to be pretty fast. But the other thing that matters to your business is what's changing in the insurance, specifically relating to cybersecurity. We're starting to see insurance agencies that are saying, like I filled out an application for some extra cybersecurity insurance for Tech Rescue. And I reached out to my agent. He sent me a couple different applications for a couple different providers. And they asked questions like, the basic ones we're used to, like, okay, do you have a firewall? Do you have a good antivirus? There's also questions about intrusion detection, questions about threat hunting. I mean, the game is changing, and that the insurance companies are going to require more out of businesses to be, once again, in that safe harbor where they will actually pay off on, if you get a claim. It really boils down to, they're going to start saying that some claims are gross negligence, and then they're going to deny that. It's kind of like if you have car insurance and, you have 5 beers and, like an idiot, you get into your car to drive or something and you back into a tree at the bar or whatever. If something like that happened, the insurance company, if they catch wind of that, they're not going to pay that. They're going to say it's a gross negligence. Like, they don't cover gross negligence. And it's going to be the same thing with it's happening now. And it's going to be like our real reality across the board with our insurance companies, that if you're not doing all the things that you need to do to be secure, which would be basically the NIST pie piece, which talks about training and talks about, all kinds of different things that all fit together as a puzzle to make sure that you're secure. And basically, if you're not doing those, then your cyber insurance claim will be denied based on gross negligence. So why does this pipeline thing matter? The pipeline thing matters because this is affecting our literal economy. It's the eye of Mordor of the federal government is now looking at it, and we're going to see laws, and we're going to see executive action, and then we're going to see even more insurance companies rolling out, boxes that you need to check so that they will actually, if you get one of these claims, that they will actually pay on them. So it's getting real, y'all. Seriously, it is. It's getting real and it's getting serious. And I put down in the description, I put a link to a 20-minute basically strategy call with me. And I want to encourage you to click on that. If you own a business, or if you're a decision maker at a business, click on that link and let's get a 20-minute call where we can talk about, what you're doing, what you need to do. So you can be headed down the right path as far as that goes. All right. So we did have a question come in. They wanted to know, is it a common shady business tactic to pay for cybercrime as a service against competitors? I don't know that I've heard that it's a common tactic, but just what I've seen so far, I wouldn't be surprised at all. We specifically, not like your run-of-the-mill cybercrime, but we saw something like this with one of our clients where a competitor was going out and basically getting spammy backlinks to their website, not to the competitor, but to our customer's website. And their website was dropping in rankings. Tech Rescue does cybersecurity. We also do search engine optimization and web design. And we also do that from a secure standpoint. And so our customers' rankings were dropping, and there's no reason why they should have been dropping, and we were kind of pulling our hair out. So we just did a full on, across the board A to Z audit. And we found that someone has been putting spammy backlinks. They still are going on. And so basically we're going in, and there's no way to stop that. We're going in like once a month, and we're going into Google, and we're basically disavowing that. So if a company, probably a local company, would go that far to try to bring down one of their clients, one of their competitors, man, I would not be surprised if there were businesses out there who were paying, shady businesses, obviously, who were paying for this, cybercrime as a service, to bring out attacks against their competitors. The fines for that would be really, really huge, and that would include jail time. So hopefully that would act as a deterrent with somebody who's really shady, and that would hopefully prevent that. So thanks for the question. That's a great question. And once again, I'm typically here most every week on Tuesday. Some weeks I'm not, and sometimes I'm at different times. But I really appreciate you tuning in and sticking with us this far. Once again, if you have questions, put them in the comments wherever you're watching, and we will respond to them. And also be sure to like and subscribe so you get notifications when we do this next week. Once again, thanks for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day.